Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Rimworld Beta 18. So, after our previous run ended a little abruptly, we didn't really want to end it as soon as that. I feel like I should go back in, but we're going back in with a little bit more knowledge on the previous one, a little bit more of an idea about what we want to do. So, we did the Lost Tribe, and I'm gonna do exactly the same run again, essentially. Except for this time around, I know the Medieval Times mod a little bit more. I know kind of the layout that I want for the base as well. I don't want to just clump all of our rooms together. I want to kind of have all of our colonists specialised in something and have their house nearby, that kind of thing. So we're going to go try and do that. So let's go to the next one. We're going to go back on Intense. It did throw some angry people at us real fast, but we've learned that we should probably get a blacksmith making us some armour, some decent weapons, that kind of stuff. And be aware that there's a lot more melee combat involved. I think we ended up having maybe like two melee units, and the rest were ranged. And our melee units just got mowed down by everybody with gigantic swords, maces and hammers and all sorts. So I'm going to try probably 50-50, maybe balance it depending on how they attack us. We might even have people specialising in both, who knows. So anyway, let's go next. That's going to be our seed, if you want to play along. Okay, and this is our world map. So, I want to be along a river because I want to do a moat for our castle. And what that essentially means is I want the river to kind of flow around the castle. We'll have it kind of as a natural feature. The Far Penguin Mountains, eh? I would like to be near a trader, if at all possible. Maybe up here seems like a reasonable place. I don't know if I can pick. I could pick that exact spot. I don't think I should. Maybe I'll pick this one here. It's flat land, which is kind of annoying, but I can get over it. There's a river running through, so we can make good use of that. There should be like deep water in there as well, so that will be impassable. We'll make good use of that. The movement time? Interesting. Slate and granite is okay. Those are two good building materials. And there is a growing period as well, so we can't just grow all year round, which I prefer most of the time. It just makes it have a little bit more of a challenge. So I think that's where we're going to land, right here. There's the coordinates if you want to land in the same spot. Okay, as for the colonists that are here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the best ones that we've got among all of these. And then I might adjust them a little bit as well, just so that we've got specialists, so a specialist blacksmith. I want everybody to have a craft, essentially, something that they can give towards the colony that nobody else can. So I'm going to do prepare carefully. I'm going to pick the best ones from here first, though. I'm looking at you and I'm thinking you are an insanely good defender. So we're going to get you involved, I think. Incapable of doing medicine is almost a deal breaker. So let's get Eel out. Tasker comes back in. Are any of these else really bad? Let's see. Chemical interest is annoying, but not the end of the world. In fact, are any of these too bad? No, they're not too bad at all. Okay. Val is a psychopath, but incapable of hauling. Don't be like that. Really good at social and intellectual, though. I might edit you slightly. I'll get rid of that, probably, because that's just like it's actually just a deal breaker in my books. Nudist, annoying voice. Yeah, okay, so we'll go with these guys, and I'm going to slightly edit them so that we've got a decent cook, a decent grower, a decent miner, slash smith, that kind of thing. So I'm going to make a cut here, guys, and I'm going to change them all up. See you in a sec, guys. Okay, so I've changed around a few of our people. Not too much, to be honest. I've changed Tasker's adulthood skill to be gardener. It used to be warrior, just the same as Val's. But I decided we needed a grower of sorts. So he's got a passion for animals, a passion for growing, that kind of thing. We already had a good healer, so I left Hakuja well alone. This was baseline. I've been using point limits, by the way, as well. So you essentially get an X amount of points and you distribute them among all of your colonists. It means that you've got pretty much an even playing field in terms of your characters. For Val, I changed his adulthood skill so that he was no longer incapable of hauling because it does my head in. So he's now just a warrior. He's pretty much the same stats as before, but he has a specialist. He's going to be our crafter, so he's probably going to be our blacksmith or something like that, because he probably would be good at wielding weapons. And then we've kind of got Kanto over here. Not really that interesting in any meaningful way, to be honest. Just a generally awful person. And then we've got our tender as well. Good at cooking. It's pretty much what I want you there for, to be honest. And yet again, not a specialist in too much, but pretty good all the same. So these are the guys that we're going to be going in with. I also took off the Yorkshire Terrier because he does my head and I sell them immediately. So I did take out the third animal that you get for the tribe start, just so that we had some extra points to put into our characters. But that's about it. Let's get into the game. See you there. Okay, we have landed. And we've got ourselves a deep water river running right through. Some interesting landscape points here. The issue is going to be, I think, that there's going to be a lot of areas centralized in our castle area that we don't really want. So, let's get our best people on it. So, you are insanely good at melee. I don't know which one's the best melee weapon, to be honest. I also don't particularly care. Okay, get you on that. You're pretty good at any kind of melee as well, so anybody else should give you the short range one since you're terrible. And then you're secondary terrible. And I think that's it, actually. Well, I might get you, since you're just picking up a club, to pick up the bow instead. We actually have a spare weapon going for us. So, we need to set up, we need to decide what we're going to do. Now, I did decide that we were planning on making a castle all the same as last time. I might have it so that the flagstone path runs through the base. That could be an interesting thing. Maybe have our walls something like this. Then we've got the blocking from the river, which we can then flow around as a moat. And we've got this natural path that runs through our base, so we can have gates at the north and south as kind of just a feature to fit with the natural environment. I think that might be kind of cool. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick pause, and I'm going to go through, and I'm just going to lay some plans down and decide what we want to do to begin. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've come up with a pretty, I would say interesting, don't know, leave that up to you, design for our base. So it just looks like a jumbled mess to you guys, I understand that. So I've gone with the old design for our walls. I've kind of incorporated a lot of the local area into some of the design as well, so we'll make this something. For now, we'll probably just like deconstruct a bit of the wall and we'll get our colonists living in there while we build some new stuff. So I think I've given us plenty of space. So I wanted to make sure that everybody in the colony had their own specialization and therefore their own room near their specialist area. So we've got our entrance points here and here on the base. I'm aware that this is an offshoot, but that actually comes from the natural unevenness of this path, and I've kind of incorporated that a little bit in my own path design a little bit here and there. So you get these random offshoots or missing parts here and there in the road. Just sort of really unkempt kind of thing. Really poorly taken care of kind of road. So I wanted to make that wind around the base a little bit. So in this area here, it's a little hard to to show off here, but this is going to be the stone cutters area. So this is going to be his bedroom. And then in this area here is going to be the stockpile in this little bit here. And then he's going to have this little room here with his stone cutting table. So the path is going to come around here, and the path's actually going to meet up with his doorway. But also there's going to be a door here to enter his craft. So when he walks out, he goes straight to work. That kind of thing. And then we'll have a door here for all the stone blocks that we'll put in there. So nice and efficient. Here we've got our stockpile zone. That's just where we're going to store everything that we've finished storing, essentially. As far as stone blocks are concerned, I'm probably just going to have some pallets outside here to store them. Since I don't think they actually degrade under extreme weather. And then down here we've got this path that slowly gets worse and worse as you get to the back of the castle. And this is going to be the farmer's hut. So I think that all of this area here is going to be farmland. So this is his domain. He's got all of this to work with. So we've given him a differently shaped house. It's hard to make out, but as I build it, you'll see it a little bit more often, a little bit more clearly. Here we've got the blacksmith's area as well. I've taken the similar design to the previous one, so we've got the storage area here, and then we're going to have all the blacksmith's forges outside, and then put some posts up as well, so we can roof off the area, so we can work outdoors while still being under a roof. And then round the back, this is going to be his hut here. And then over here, we've got our apothecary. So this is going to be where all the sick and dying people go. It's right at the back, out of sight. Most people won't see it. And then this is going to be the doctor's house. He's going to be well off because he's a doctor and he takes care of whoever is in charge. And here we've got our granary, we'll call it. So this is where all of the food's going to be. It's differently shaped here and there. And then if you come down this path here, this is going to be the kitchen. And we're going to have entrance points here. And then this bit here is going to be the mess hall. So there's going to be a real long table and chairs surrounding it for our entire colony. So they can go there. They don't have to enter the fridge. They don't have to enter the kitchen. And then round the back, that's going to be the cook's quarters. So that's essentially all 5 of our people going to be housed in that particular variety. So let's get on with it, shall we? Let's get some wood chopped. So I want to chop some trees, mostly around the areas where we're going to actually put the houses and things like that, because why not? I'm going to be chopping them anyway, so I might as well get the specific ones done. So let's get the stockpile zone done as well. Stockpile zone goes here. If you want to move anything, guys, you move some stuff. And then we want to delete those because they're eventually going to be deleted anyway. No sense in planting people down. So Kanto's going to deconstruct that. Temporarily, we're going to put a door in there. And we're going to get some sleeping spots. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. And that's going to be our housing area. I'm not sure what I'll convert it to, but for now, that's where the base starts and ends. So, as far as the houses are concerned, they're going to be wood. Eventually, some of them will be converted into stone. In the case of this bit attached to the wall, that's certainly going to be the case. So, let's get these rooms done. So, this one is shaped a little differently. Like so. He's got 2 double doors because he's special. And then we want this one here, like so, and pretty much needs access to his kitchen quarters at all times. So we're going to get a door going into the kitchen, but also one going out the back as well. So he's got a nice path there. And then finally, this one here. This is going to be the blacksmith's house. And he's going to have his door come off the side here. And those are the 5 starting buildings for our colonists. Once they build those, we'll build off of them. We'll probably start off with the kitchen area, I guess. Get that worked on, since it is kind of important. But I want to get everybody housed. For now, we're kind of getting there. Are we just like wandering aimlessly? Can we just like have you work a lot? Can we do that? Oh, look at that. Didn't even intend to do that, but that works for me. Get on with it. Have we got nobody? Oh, That'd make a lot of sense. Do that. Everybody construct. Did I not set... I don't think I set a doorway on this one. The door's going to be... Yeah, the door's going to be there. Your doors are set. Your doors are set. Yours are not. You can have a door there. There's going to be one here as well. Got to be able to access them now, haven't we? Okay, well, that's one person's room. This might actually be, now that I look at it, might be a little small, so I might actually have to make some extensions. The idea wasn't really set too much in stone, but I think give him an extension on his house there. Deconstruct that. A little bit better. They don't need big houses, because they're not rich people. Only rich people get big houses. There we go. I'm going to get some hunting done as well, because we do want the leathers so that we can make... Ooh, there's some wood down there. So that we can make some bed rolls and things like that, because we don't have beds right now. We do eventually want to get to the straw beds. So if I go into medieval, we want to go medieval technologies, and that gives us access to a lot of stuff. And we do want to get started with some growing zones as well. So as far as that's concerned, we need till soil, which is in here. So I want to make some hay grass. We'll do it from the corner, I guess. I want to make some hay grass. I'll make too much for now. That'll be fine. Then I want to make some potatoes. I want to make some heel root. And what else we want to make, but we'll get that tilled as well. Get everybody working on that. Nice to see everybody's getting involved. I'm going to get the stockpile zone in here, actually, to take food and meals and also corpses, because they're outside and wild animals will start eating them. And since we don't have our granary set up just yet, or our food storage, best have a place for them. So we do need a dumping stockpile. The dumping stockpile for at least stone blocks is this right here. So let's clear, make it critical. Takes only stone chunks. There we are. So any hauling of stone chunks that we need to make happen go there. That's going to need moving eventually. Yeah, I like the look of it, actually. This is going to be quite a fun one. We want to make sure that defenses are set up. We want to make sure that our blacksmith is doing his job ASAP. In fact, this might be the research room once we've housed everybody. In fact, we pretty much have in their own way. Like, I can get sleeping spots in there, there. Positioning doesn't really matter all that much right now. And there. And they should be essentially ready to live in them by the time the next sleep time comes around. So I can get rid of these bedrolls here. Bedrolls, sleeping spots. I want X. There we go. Wonderful. And that means I can go into production, go simple research bench, and get one going. It looks like we actually need a bit of mining as well. So I'm just going to mine all connected ores there. Get that worked on. Alright guys, well I think that has... I think it's been enough time, I'm not quite sure. We'll let it run on a little longer, just to be sure. But I'm pretty sure that we are just about ready to leave it off. Get that going, get that for potatoes. Then I want to get a growing zone here for hay grass, because we're going to need it for the beds. There we go. We want a growing zone here for the heal root so that we can heal ourselves. Very important. And one final one. Oops. Delete the zone there. This is going to be cotton, I guess. Make some cotton. Might need it for clothing and stuff like that if we're going to get a tailor going. I'm a little worried we don't actually have enough food here. So you know what, I'm going to actually make another tilled soil area. And this is going to be corn. Zones, growing zones. Like that. This will be corn. It grows a lot slower. So it's not going to actually harvest at the same time as the potatoes, but you get a better yield, I think, in terms of the crop itself. So we got our researchers done. In the next episode, I'm going to do all of the manual priorities, but for now, I feel like whatever I've wanted to get done right now has been done, so I always like to just leave them on manual for the first episode, because it just seems to make sense. It seems to work out in our favour. Kitchen's going to be made out of wood. Want to get that done immediately. Production, actually want to go medieval. And I want a butcher's block and a fire pit in here. So, there's going to be double doors in there. I want to do this. I guess I want to put the door there. This is going to be the mess hall. So this is going to have the 2x4 table in it. It's going to be a bit cramped. So I think I have to go further back on that one. It wasn't a perfect plan. There's never a perfect plan. So the 2x4 goes there. No quality required. The chairs go around it, and then I have a zone here for food, I guess. So I'm going to need a door there as well. And medieval fire pit. We're going to have the fire pit there, the butcher's block there. And then we're going to need access to the granary as well, eventually. It's a lot of doors. It's a good job that temperature's not really a thing right now that I have to worry about. I'm just going to forbid that for now. But yeah, I think that's definitely where we're going to end it off, guys. I do hope you guys have enjoyed. If you want to name any of the colonists, let me know in the comments section below. Whatever is completely fine with me. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon and all that jazz to get notifications when new videos go live on the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.